this is Stefan Zakutansky. I'm going through the Prolog code of Wumpus World. After compiling the code, we type run dot in console, and this predicate calls initialize the world, create window, draw the window, and add button to the top in order to make the code functional. Because we are using special graphical callouts, we're using a library, graphical library, and then DCG library, also with declaring dynamically updated terms which be used during progress of the code. And also we go further on with initialize the world, where we're using built-in predicates, and those predicates hold the facts, and these facts are compound terms which can hold fact, integer, or list of atoms. Next one, we mapping object to a symbol. This be interface between graphical representation and the code. Next one is predicates. They determine the rules of orientation of archer. Next predicate is determining according to its actual position of archer's actual position and the way it's facing, the direction that it's facing. We determine next cell. Then we have to determine the rule of boundaries, which representing as seen. And then for the graphical representation, we need to create a window of size, and also we need to push it to the to the term current window. Then we have add buttons, and this creates the buttons at its location, and each button has a call out for the predicate, and these are below. So next we go with drawing the world of Wumpus game, which is 400 by 400 in 4 cells, 4 by 4 cells, which this predicate calls draw a cell predicate. And in draw cell, we determining the location of each cell, and also we determining the properties of each cell by giving a color in important cells in the game. And then we calling draw object predicate. This predicate drawing object will determine the property of each cell, and it prints the right content, prints the label, and this label contains a list. So this list is mapped over here, and each item is separated by comma. So as I said about buttons, each button has a call out to predicate. This one is move action, and first, in order to prevent moving when the game is over, we're checking if the game is true or false. So if it's false, we proceed with loading current position and current direction, determining which way the archer is facing. We manipulate the next position, and according to that we update archer's position, and the archer moves along with its moves, so we can see in the game later how a representation moving along as well. And at the same time we recording each move, so coordinates are stored in dynamic compound term path. Then also we need to check when we move into cell with member Wumpus or pit, we call end the game, so that's game over, and accordingly the messages are displayed in console. And then we have the predicate for checking which way the archer is facing, and this is determined by this is checking the next position predicate if it's true, and also we need to check if we are in within boundaries. Then we have a turn action. When the button is pressed, we need to know which direction we are turning. So this is mapped through predicate turn, and this brings in the facts which are manipulated through this and then updated every time we turn. Also, we get a message in the console with accurate direction. Then we have a grab gold, and we loading a position of the archer, and we manipulate if the member we are at if we are at a cell with the member G as a gold, then we uh, we we retract we erase the actual board and remove the gold because we already have a gold. Archer has a gold, and then we update the cell with a new list of with a label with a new list of items, and then also we update the term with the fact that we have a gold and messages represented on the console as well. Window updated. Now, when we have a goal, we can press backtrack, and also we need to check if the game is over or not, because if the game is over, we cannot backtrack. So if game is still going on, then we can check the path predicate and its facts which are stored, and then we can go through the the locations we came into the gold, but first we need to check if we are going through Wumpus or Pit. These are more just like a protection not to finish the game, and then if we avoided these two cells, we go through the path progressively through each location by pressing backtrack button every time we step back to start position, and also the archer representation moves along as well, and the message is being displayed in console. Another feature of the game is shooting arrow, and when archer is in a next location, which is we need to check first if the Wumpus is in the line. If it is, then we check if it's in next location, and if it is, then we uh, then when the shoot action button is pressed and all the predicates are satisfied, then we remove Wumpus as because the Wumpus was killed, and we replace it with empty list if it's been removed. Uh, so once Wumpus is killed, we can progress through the cell as remove the function of being able to be killed by Wumpus. In next feature is when we press button sense. So we need to load the current location and direction we facing to, and also we need to determine which direction we're facing. Once we obtain that, we checking the member of the next location cell, and accordingly we display message. We have option if there are two objects in one cell, breeze or stench, we get this message, and if it's just single object, we get this message. If it's empty, the message is printed in console like that. I had to use the breakpoints because I was getting multiple messages to be printed, so this is preventing the Prolog run in the loop. Okay, so we're updating the window at the end, and when the archer steps into Wumpus or pit, the end game is called, and this updates the term that game is over, and it's setting up as a true. Also, there was a predicate named update the window called many times. So this is the structure of the window. We checking if the window is valid, then we flushing all the values. This was helping me to refresh the world when I'm using DCG grammar calls, and this is destroying the previous window, and we need to redraw it again with new status, and buttons are drawn as well. Reset the game is the feature when the reset button is pressed, and it goes through the initialization of the world and update the window. Now in DCG implementation, I just run real fast down here, so we can input this predicate with a question or command, and this pulls current status of the window and process the input. So the input is processed here, and we parse the interaction, which is a higher level handler, and if this is satisfied, so the handler will check the list of commands or list of questions. If it's gonna get match, then it handles the interaction, so takes the response, also brings the current status of the window, and if the command if the response is command time, then it proceeds with the command. If it's a question type, it proceeds with the relevant answer. So if it's a command, here's the list of commands and questions. If it's command, it will call out, each command will call out a predicate which is already defined in above. And also I'm just gonna use the arrows, and if it's a question, it's gonna return relevant answer with it needs to report the, let's say, location, or it needs to report surroundings, or if it's the game over or not the game over. So needs to report status, and this report is getting pulled as well here. So another list of commands and questions is here, and here are the report position and their function. So if these English words are called, the report is the list of actions is listed accordingly to the question. Also, we can see we can call a predicate which is used with the button as well. Okay, I'm gonna compile this one. Open the, move to the console, run, and we can straight away sense. We can see the message. Oh, that stench. The Wumpus must be closed. We can turn right, and then we can sense again. It's breezy around here. A pit must be closed. That's obviously true. And we can move, and then we can go left and move again. And we can. I'm just gonna represent backtracking as well. So I'm gonna move real fast through couple of cells, and then I represent grabbing gold. Sorry, real fast, just because there's not much time in this video. And also, when I grab the gold, we can see the gold is removed and the archer turns in orange. Now I can backtrack, and the archer moves through the same path as it arrived to the gold, and we can see that we still have a gold. We can real fast ask the archer if do I have a gold. So let me grab this to the console, and Yes, you have the gold. Okay, so put this on back, and now if we put reset and game reset, and I ask again if we no, you don't have the gold at the moment. Okay, so that's a representation is valid. Okay, I can represent shooting arrow. So now we are aiming on Wumpus. If I shoot arrow, we get a message arrow shot in the direction of north. Wumpus has been killed and Wumpus has been removed from the cell. Now if we move on, we are not penalized or being killed. So let me reset the game again. And if I move on and move on, you can see once we are killed, the game is over and archer turns in red. And if I move, I get message game over. You cannot move further. Even backtrack is restricted, as I explained in the code. Okay, let me reset, and I can represent another command. For example, moving forward. Okay, let's display that, and let's go to console. And let's move forward. Okay, we're moving forward, and also we can move to the right maybe. Okay, let's display the game console. Okay, we turn right. Also, we can ask what do I sense? What do I sense? Control console, and also we want the game. What do I sense? Nothing but empty space, false. Let's say if I move, okay, and I ask same question. It's breezy around here. It must the pit must be close. Also, we can let's say ask if the game is over. The game is still on, and let's bring the game, and let's say we move on and we turn right to the pit, move on, and we can ask again, is the game over? The game is over. Okay, I hope I filled in all requirements, and I hope I showed all features of this game. Thank you.